Tyson Fury says that he was surprised that Wilder wanted a trilogy and says that it must be for money. So let me quote Gypsy King directly here. He said, "Yeah, I was surprised he took the fight because it was a one-sided fight. He didn't win a second of that fight, but in this game, it's a short game and a short career, and that's an old saying. We've got to make hay while the sun shines." And for Deontay Wilder at the age of 34, how many big fights out there are left for him after a domination like he had? I don't know the man's personal circumstances, but from what I've seen of these American fighters and sportsmen, they always live a rock star's lifestyle, even though they're not rock stars. They go through a lot of money quite quickly. Just look at Mike Tyson. He went through like $1 billion or whatever he went through. So I'm sure that the money side of it is the tempting thing. I don't think it's too tempting to go in there and get an absolute beating like he did before, but he would be tempted by the amount of money that he would receive because they go through it quite quickly. I think that's the reason he's taking the fight, for the money. All right, those are the words of the Gypsy King. I do think that Deontay Wilder is taking the third fight for the money, but I don't think it's necessarily him who's worried about money so much. I think it's more Al Heyman. I think it's Shelly Finkel. I think it's JD's. These people, in my opinion, are the ones who desperately want Wilder to go in there for the rubber match because they're looking to cash out. That's what I think it is. Deontay himself, in his subconscious mind, and I think Deontay is one of those guys who doesn't like dealing with his own subconscious. I think he tries to keep his subconscious at bay. He doesn't like to acknowledge it. He doesn't like to interact with it. He doesn't even like to imagine what's going on in his subconscious. I think in Deontay Wilder's subconscious mind, he doesn't want this third fight right now. I think he would like some kind of intermediate fight or several intermediary fights where he can build his confidence back up again. I think that he has been mentally damaged by what happened in that Tyson Fury rematch. I think it shattered the image that he had of himself as this killer who everybody's afraid of. Because again, it's not just losing a fight here we're talking about. We're talking about Wilder, a guy who thought that Tyson Fury was terrified of him, going in there and finding out that not only was Tyson Fury not terrified, but he was happy to just walk straight forward and put it on him and hurt him. So Wilder was shell-shocked by what happened in the fight, and I think he's still shell-shocked. That's why he's coming out with all these ridiculous excuses, because he doesn't want to deal with what actually really happened. So, yeah, I personally think that if Deontay Wilder didn't have these people behind him, like the Al Heymans and Shelly Finkels, who are looking to make all this money, and Deontay Wilder was just some prospect who didn't really have, much of a following, and nobody was really watching him like that, I don't think he would take the rematch. At least not right now. But I think there's so much pressure on him from his own people, within his own team, and even from his fans. There's so much pressure on the guy that he feels compelled to take the immediate rubber match. That's what I think. So, I don't necessarily think it's so much money for Wilder. I think it's money that the people behind him are looking to get from the rubber match. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, whether you agree or disagree. It's happening, I'm out.